channel for my actual first episode. I am going to talk about part of the Dragon Quest series. Now, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unfortunately, I have not had the chance to play some of the later ones, such as 9, 8, and 7. So we are not going to talk about that. I've heard they're great games, and hopefully when I have the chance, I'll be able to play through all 3. But in the meantime, I will be talking about these suckers right here, because these games are quite enjoyable. Well, maybe not 2, but 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not so much as 6, but 1, 3, 4, and 5 are definitely games that any RPG fan should play. Now, so I set these down here. Now, okay, let's, I guess, start with Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Now, to begin with, hopefully I don't squish any boxes here. To begin with, the series was first created by Enix. So, now, about Dragon... Now, about Dragon Quest is that when it originally went to America, it was called Dragon Warrior. Now, when I was a wee little lad, I had the joy of playing the first Dragon Quest game. However, this is Dragon Quest 1 and 2. The first Dragon Quest game came out on the NES. Let's see, in Japan it came out in 1986. In America, I believe it came out in 1988 or 89, somewhere in that area. So, we're going way back in time. So, here I have the Super Nintendo version with updated graphics, plus they pair Dragon Quest 1 and 2 together. Now, 1, 2, and 3... Well, actually, let me include 4 into this real quick. 1, 2, 3, and 4 were all on the NES. And they were quite awesome. Now, I will say this, I'm not the biggest fan of Dragon Quest 2. Dragon Quest 2 is probably the black sheep of the NES games for me. I did not like that game, and I still don't like that game. So, take it as you will. I do insist that you at least try it. I kind of have the feeling that if you at least try it, you can have your own personal opinion about it. I simply did not like it, and all I have to say about it that are baboons are the most evil creatures in Dragon Quest 2. It's something to do with Edric himself. Now, pulling Dragon Quest 4 away, I want to talk about the first trilogy in the Dragon Quest series, which is 1, 2, and 3, obviously. Now, these 3 games all kind of revolve around Edric and his descendants and whatnot, and how his equipment and everything is something that you actually have to go and get, and that's what you need to be able to beat the game, pretty much, because once you have, you know, Edric's weapons and armor, you are set and you rock. Now, starting with Dragon Quest 1, game takes place well after Edric, and it's you're trying to free the land from the clutches of Dragon Lord, who is just kind of not making things pretty. And it's kind of interesting in the fact that you have only one character and only one monster. So if you were to fall asleep or something, not so good. It's actually a very short game, and it's kind of hard, but it's not too hard. It's at times it can be really frustrating, especially when you fall asleep and you don't wake up and then you're dead. That can be very annoying, but it's not that difficult. Now, moving to Dragon Quest 2, it takes place 100 years later, and you are a descendant of the hero from Dragon Quest 1. And in Dragon Quest 2, you have 3 characters And the two other characters and the main character are princes and a princess of neighboring kingdoms, and it's a very difficult game. You have this wizard Hargon who is causing havoc all over the place, and it's your job to stop him. And it's a very tough job. The game is very difficult. It's very unforgiving at times. It is. Some people may not have difficulty with it for whatever reason. This game, however, kicks my tail. It is a very difficult game, and I have to say this: probably the most obnoxious enemy in Dragon Quest II are baboons, or some sort of baboon-shaped monster. Most irritating enemy group I've ever fought in Dragon Quest II. Also, since you have more characters available to you, there are more enemies, and there can be a lot more enemies. So you have to be very careful. Now, pushing that aside, talk about Dragon Quest III, which happens to be one of my favorites. It is just a fantastic game with excellent music. Final boss music is just fantastic. I'll link you a YouTube page. You can listen to it, think of whatever you want. May not feel the same things, you're just listening to it as opposed to, building up to the moment. But fantastic song. Now, you have your main character, and in this one it's a little bit different. You have characters that you can choose to join your party, but in one hand that's good because you can make your own party, and it's not, I want, you're not forced to pick certain characters and you have to stick with them kind of thing, or yet you're given characters that you really don't like or you can't use, so that's good. However, it doesn't develop any sort of there's no character development, and it's just kind of here's some characters, they're along for the ride, and I think it works because you kind of envelop yourself into the main character, and so you let your imagination run wild. You become the main hero, and so it becomes your adventure. At least that's how I take it, and you're trying to stop Barbaros, who is once again wreaking havoc. So nothing any different from any other RPG in the sense of jerk with a lot of power causing some trouble, go stop them. However, it's a fun adventure, and I highly suggest it. With your characters, you can choose how different sort of classes for them, and also you can answer moral questions, and how you answer those questions will determine how your stats are boosted when you level up. Which, if you answer things kind of not necessarily wrong, but if you answer them in a kind of kooky kind of way, definitely would not be a very good thing, because it might screw up your attributes. So, yeah.